जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रजजन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रजजन रंजन जमुना तीरा वनचारी जमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय राधा माधव राधा माधव जय राधा माधव जय गौरंगिताय जय गौरंगिताय गौरंगिताय जय गौरंगिताय जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शिष्यमान अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की इस्कॉन ब्यूटी फाउंडर आचार्य डिवाइन ग्रेस श्री प्रभुपाद की जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शिष्यमान भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर श्री प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी सुदर्शन की श्री गौरांगी बेंगलरेश्वर भगवान की श्री गौर निताय की श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंह भगवान की गिरिराज गोवर्धन की श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. O ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति सपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादं सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्नाय कृष्णप्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरतिष्ठे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। So reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 5. Chapter is entitled Narada's Instruction on Srimad Bhagavatam, text number 37. Om Namo Bhagavate Tubhyang Vasudevaya Dhimai Pradyumnaya Aniruddhaya Namaha Sankarsanaya Cha। Om Namo Bhagavate Tubhyang Vasudevaya Dhimai Pradyumnaya Aniruddhaya Namaha Sankarsanaya Cha। Om Namo Bhagavate Tubhyam Vasudevaya Dhimai Pradyumnaya Aniruddhaya Namaha Sankarsanaya Cha।
Om Namo Bhagavate Tubhyam वासुदेवाय धीमहि प्रद्युम्नाय अनिरुद्धाय नमः संकर्षणाय च ओम नमो भगवते तुभ्यं वासुदेवाय धीमहि प्रद्युम्नाय अनिरुद्धाय नमः संकर्षणाय च ओम नमो भगवते तुभ्यं वासुदेवाय धीमहि प्रद्युम्नाय अनिरुद्धाय नमः संकर्षणाय च ओम नमो भगवते तुभ्यं वासुदेवाय धीमहि प्रद्युम्नाय अनिरुद्धाय नमः संकर्षणाय च
Om, the sign of chanting the transcendental glory of the Lord. Namaha, offering obeisances unto the Lord. Bhagavate, unto the personality of Godhead. Tubhyam, unto you. Vasudevaya, unto the Lord, the son of Vasudev. Dhimahi, let us chant. Pradyumnaya, Aniruddhaya, and Sankarsanaya, all plenary expansions of Vasudev. Namaha, respectful obeisances. Cha, and. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhakti Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Let us all chant the glories of Vasudev along with his plenary expansions, Pradyumna, Aniruddha and Sankarsana. Purport. According to Pancharatra, Narayan is the primeval cause of all expansions of Godhead. These are Vasudev, Sankarsana, Pradyumna and Aniruddha. Vasudev and Sankarsana are on the middle, left and right. Pradyumna is on the right of Sankarsana and Aniruddha is on the left side of Vasudev. And thus, four deities are situated. They are known as the four-eighths decamp of Lord Sri Krishna. This is the Vedic hymn or mantra begin with Onkar Pranava, and thus the mantra is established by the transcendental chanting process, namely Om Namo Dhimahi, etc. The purport is that any transaction, either in the field of fruity work or in empiric philosophy, which is not ultimately aimed at transcendental realization of the Supreme Lord, is considered to be useless. Naradji has therefore explained the nature of unalloyed devotional service by his personal experience in the development of intimacy between the Lord and the living entity by a gradual process of progressive devotional activities. Such a progressive march of transcendental devotion for the Lord culminates in the attainment of loving service of the Lord, which is called prema in different transcendental variegatedness called rasas or tastes. Such devotional service is also executed in mixed forms, namely mixed with fruity work or empiric philosophical speculations. Now the question which was raised by the great rishis headed by Sonaka regarding the confidential part of Suta's achievement through the spiritual master is explained herein by chanting of this hymn consisting of 33 letters. And this mantra is addressed to the four deities or the Lord with his plenary expansions. The central figure is Lord Sri Krishna because the plenary portions are his eighth decamp. The most confidential part of the instruction is that one should always chant and remember the glories of the Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, along with his different plenary portions expanded as Vasudev, Sankarsana, Pradyumna and Aniruddha. these expansions are the original deities for all other truths, namely either Vishnu Tattva or Shakti Tattvas. Mukam karati vachalam panghulanghaite giring yat kripatamaham vande Sri Gurung Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. So welcome everyone for the Sunday Bhagavatam class. Request all the devotees and the guests to keep the mobile in a silent mode so that we can hear without disturbances and distractions. I know we are very busy still. During this 1 hour, we try to be away from mobile phones and try to absorb ourselves in hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. So this section is talking about Narada's instruction on Srimad Bhagavatam to Vyasadeva. And Narada Muni explained about his own life, how he became a pure devotee. So pure devotee, to become a pure devotee is a process. And Narada Muni went through that process. All of you know that Narada Muni served the pure devotees, the Bhakti Vedantas. And they were very happy with Narada Muni. When the pure devotees are pleased with someone, that is the beginning of our success. So Rupa Goswami talks about pure devotional service in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which is narrated wonderfully by Vyasadeva in this section of Srimad Bhagavatam. Narada Muni's life is the life of devotional service. If we analyze his life properly, then we can relate everything with Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Our devotional life begins with Shraddha, faith. So, faith is the beginning, faith is the middle, faith is the end. So when faith becomes completely matured, so when our faith is 100%, that level is known as love of Godhead, Prema Bhakti. So we begin with Shraddha and complete our journey with Prema. So Rupa Goswami also got the opportunity to hear from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for 10 days in prayer, and which he elaborated in the book called Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Prabhupada translated that book as Nectar of Devotion. So this book is the science of devotional service. If anybody wants to know the science of Krishna consciousness, science of devotional service, this book is a must to read. So therefore, Prabhupada made a summary study because he did not have the time to give a commentary the way he gave commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam. But we should know the subject matter. So Rupa Goswami explains 3 levels of bhakti: sadhana bhakti, bhava bhakti and prema bhakti. So sadhana bhakti begins with Shraddha, Ado Shraddha Tada Sadhu Sangha Bhajana Kriya Anartha Nivriti Nishtha Ruchi Asakti. That is sadhana bhakti. Then asakti comes to the platform of bhava, then bhava matures into prema. This is the journey. So I was thinking that we should discuss this from Mahaprabhu's teaching. How Mahaprabhu spoke to Rupa Goswami. Because Rupa Goswami spoke or wrote in a very detailed way. But Mahaprabhu, he gave the essence wonderfully. So Mahaprabhu says, Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. This is the beginning. Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jeev. So Bhagyavan Jeev means the fortunate living entity. Bhagyavan means fortunate. And Jeev means the living entity. Guru Krishna Prasade, by the mercy of Guru and Krishna, gets Bhakti Lata Bij. Bhakti Lata Bij means seed of devotional service. Seed of devotional creeper. Bhakti Lata means devotional creeper. And Bij means the seed. And before talking that, Rupa Goswami talks, there are unlimited number of living entities. Unlimited. Krishna is unlimited and living entities are also unlimited. And also there are unlimited universes in this material world. Unlimited universes. We are in the smallest universe, where Brahma has only 4 heads. So there are Brahmas with 8 heads, 16 heads, 32 heads, 64 heads, 100 heads, 1,000 heads, 10,000 heads, 100,000 heads. Better we should not expand more. Very difficult for us to understand, right? Because we are having difficulty managing one head. So people ask, how many heads? So many heads. How a person can manage? That's why we have to understand our position and the position of Brahma. We are not Brahma. So Brahma came to meet Krishna and he was stopped at the gate because he did not have the VIP pass. Okay. So security stopped him. So Brahma got upset. He said, I am Brahma. Why you are stopping me? He said, no, I don't have any information. I have to check with my master. She went and checked that Brahma came. He said, who is Brahma? Then he came back and asked Brahma, who is Brahma are you? So Brahma was shocked to hear that question. Which Brahma? I am the only Brahma. Then he came back, he said, he's telling he's the only Brahma. He said, how many heads? He said, 4 heads. So call him. So 4-headed Brahma entered into the hall, much bigger than this. And he saw, by the arrangement of Yogamaya potency of the Supreme Lord, he saw that so many Brahmas are sitting. They have come for a conference with the Supreme Lord. And by seeing so many headed Brahmas, he became very, very humble. So why I am making this point? Because when we don't know the great persons, we think we are great. So how we can become humble? by staying in the association of great personalities. So that's why Rupa Goswami, before talking about devotional service, he is talking about our insignificant position. And he said that our size also, the size of the spirit soul. Quoting Shastra, Mahaprabhu is telling Rupa Goswami that size of the spirit soul is 1/10,000 part of the tip of the hair. Those who are good in mathematics, this is a news for them. That the hair, the tip of the hair can be divided. That is the first news. And second news is that it can be divided into 10,000 parts. And one part is the size of the spirit soul. So big or small? Very, very insignificant. But that spirit soul thinks he is the controller of the whole world. Why? Because that insignificant spirit soul has a very significant false ego. That's why he is thinking that he is the controller of the whole world. So to begin our journey of Krishna consciousness, begin our journey of devotional service, we have to understand the insignificant position of ourselves. Then journey will begin. So then these living entities move around in different universes, different planets, and sometimes he is in higher planets, sometimes lower planets, sometimes middle planets, in different species of life. Rupa Goswami also was informed that there are 8,400,000 species of life. Then he explains that human beings are very, very rare. And out of many human beings, many are not following Vedas. They don't have any idea of Vedas. Then only few follows Vedas. And those who follow Vedas, mostly they follow only by words, lip service. I know Veda, I follow Vedas, but they don't follow. Only a few, they follow Vedas. And those who follow Vedas, mostly they follow Karma Kanda. 96% of Veda is Karma Kanda. So most of the people are attracted by Karma Kanda. And out of many, many Karma Kandis, one takes the path of Jnana. And those who take part of the Jnana, only a few becomes liberated. Because purpose of Jnana is liberation. And out of many liberated, one takes up the process of devotional service. So, assembly here, they are all devotees. So, you are very, 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 very rare, according to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's why it is said, Brahmanda bhumite kono bhagyavanji Guru Krishna prasade pai bhakti lata bij. So what is that seed? That seed is transcendental seed. And that transcendental seed is given to a disciple by the spiritual master in the form of giving initiation. And that process of initiation is the process of sadhana bhakti. So initiation means accepting the process of sadhana bhakti. Sometimes people think initiation is the perfection. I have got initiation means I have attained perfection. Some devotees think, so I will definitely go back to Godhead. Why? Because I have taken initiation. Taking initiation is not the qualification to go back home, back to Godhead. So what is the qualification to go back home, back to Godhead? Attaining love of Godhead. Those who have attained love of Godhead, they are eligible to enter into spiritual world. And purpose of initiation is also to attain that love of Godhead. Prabhupada explains, initiation means entry in the college. Which college? Bhakti college. So someone is admitted into college does not mean he will get the degree. There are many students here. So before the entry, students become very, very serious. Same thing applies in this school also. Before initiation, people become very, very serious. They are desperate to take initiation. But after initiation, what happens? Just like there are some students, after entry into the college, they don't study at all. They move around happily. And they also have a philosophy. What is the philosophy? Getting admitted or getting entry into the college is our responsibility. And taking us out of the college is college authority's responsibility. So in the same way, devotees think that taking initiation is my responsibility and taking me back to Godhead is Guru's responsibility. And they are very confident about that. That's why they freely move around without any devotional service. So once a sannyasi was traveling in a train, and there was a person, looks like is a devotee. So the sannyasi started asking question. He asked the question that looks like you are a devotee, so you chant the holy name of the Lord. He said, I am initiated. Then he asked the question, do you do Mangalarati, puja to the Lord? He said, I am initiated. Then he asked the question that you study Gita Bhagavat. He said, I am already initiated. So this sannyasi started thinking, I am asking different question, but he is answering in the same way. So he was curious and he asked, are you understanding my question? He said, yes, perfectly. Then why you are answering like this? He said, perfect question, perfect answer. He said, I am asking different thing, but you are telling I am initiated, I am initiated. He said, Maharaj, I have to be honest with you. If I have to chant the holy name, if I have to do puja, Mangalarati, if I have to study Gita Bhagavat, then why I got initiation? That is not my responsibility. That responsibility lies with my Guru. That's why I took initiation. Let him do his service, I have done my service. So this concept is very dangerous concept. So what is the purpose of initiation? To attain love of Godhead. And Mahaprabhu explains very, very graphically how we come to that stage. So after a gardener, so Mahaprabhu is comparing a devotee as a gardener because he got the seed. So after getting a seed, what is the next duty? Sow the seed. Plant the seed. So where it should be planted? At least in land, not in marble floor, right? And it should be a fertile land. That expert gardener knows that the seed should be sowed or planted in fertile land. So a devotee who has received the seed of devotional service, Bhakti Lata Bij, where he will plant that seed? Which soil? The heart. And that heart should be fertile. What is the meaning of fertile heart? the heart which is very, very soft. Soft heart is compared to fertile soil. In Kali Yuga, our heart is very, very hard. Our acharyas are explaining, the holy name is very, very powerful. It can melt the stone, but holy name also could not succeed to melt the heart. So the heart is harder than stone. So I give the example, I think it is made of some special steel product. In Kali Yuga, people love steel products. So our heart is also steel. So it's very difficult to melt. So how to make the heart soft, make the heart fertile, make the heart suitable for the seed of devotional service? Pride corresponds to hard heart and humility corresponds to soft heart. In order to make our heart soft, we have to cultivate humility. That's why Mahaprabhu again and again talks about humility. But humility is most of the time misunderstood. Even devotees ask, if we act humbly, we will be exploited by the world. They think humility is the weakness of the heart. It's a weak side of our life. But humility is not weakness. Humility is the greatest strength. And Prabhupada very expertly gives example of humble devotees. Two devotees. One, Arjuna. Second, Hanuman. Two good examples of humble devotees. They are humble. What do you think? Externally looks like they are not humble. What they did? They fought the battle, the greatest battle in the history. But they are humble. Why? It's not that what you do that determines someone is humble or not. Why we do? Arjuna and Hanuman both fought the battle. For what? For the pleasure of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So who is humble? Who acts for the pleasure of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is a humble devotee. Clear? And those who are acting for their own selfish interest, they are proud devotees. So humility and pride cannot be judged externally. Arjuna and Hanuman externally looks like they are very proud. Hanuman burned the Lanka, right? And acted in a very humble way. Why he did that? Because that was expected from him. So pure devotees, they know what are expected from them and they act accordingly. And same Hanuman, in Kurukshetra war, he became the flag. Okay? The main actor became the spectator. The main actor in Ram Leela became the spectator in Krishna Leela. But Hanuman never complained, oh, I did so much in Treta Yuga. And to do that, I never had to hear Bhagavad Gita. Without hearing Bhagavad Gita, I fought. But for Arjuna, you have to motivate Arjuna by giving Bhagavad Gita. He did not think like that. Because for Hanuman, becoming the hero or becoming the zero is same. Because Hanuman is not interested to become hero. And Hanuman is also not interested to become zero. What is his interest? What Lord Ram wants. If Lord Ram wants him to be a hero, he is ready to become hero. If Lord Ram wants him to become a zero, he is ready to become a zero. That's why they are humble devotees. So humility means acting on our constitutional position. And what is our constitutional position? Jiver Swarupay Krishner Nitya Das. So when we act on that principle, then we cultivate the quality of humility. So soft heart is very, very important. And by cultivating humility, our heart will become soft. Then seed is planted in a very fertile soil. Then what is the next? Watering. Very good. You are a good gardener, looks like. Then watering is the next step. And we have to water once in a year, once in a month, once in a week, on Sundays, or we should water regularly. But regularly we are discussing in the previous class in the morning. Prabhupada says in one of the purports of Srimad Bhagavatam that who constantly hears the message from a realized soul, he will become perfect in his self-realization. He is using the word continuous. Continuously, not regularly. So I elaborated on that, so I thought I can elaborate here also. Regular means it can be anything. Some may say, oh, I am very regular. I come on every Janmashtami. Regular. I come every month. I come on every Ekadasi. I come on every Sunday. That is also regular. But regular means at least daily. And constantly means 24 hours a day. In order to achieve perfection, we have to be engaged 24 hours a day. But when we talk about as a sadhaka, Prabhupada expected at least daily. That's why he has introduced daily Bhagavatam class in the morning and daily Bhagavad Gita class in the evening. And Prabhupada's time, every devotee had to attend that. So that is called regular. Regularly we have to water the seed. Expert gardener knows that. And Mahaprabhu also personally did that. He did not only speak. While Mahaprabhu was in Jagannath Puri, he used to hear Bhagavatam every day from Gadadhar Pandit in Tota Gopinath temple. For how many hours? 3 hours. Raghunath Das Goswami used to speak Chaitanya Charitamrita, Mahaprabhu's pastime, at the bank of Radha Kund every day for 3 hours. Srila Prabhupada used to sing Harinam Sankirtan. He used to do Harinam Sankirtan under a tree in Tomskin Square Park. For how long? 3 hours. So Prabhupada's time, devotees used to go out at 10 o'clock in the morning and the whole day they are busy in Harinam Sankirtan and book distribution. At least 8 hours. So nowadays we think that once in a week or once in a while if we hear Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, we will get perfection. No, that is not the process. We have to water the seed regularly. So that is the process. So now watering is done regularly. Then what will happen? The seed will fructify and will become a creeper. Bhakti Lata. devotional creeper, so that seed also will become a creeper. So when it will manifest in the form of a creeper, the expert gardener protects the garden with fencing. Why? If you don't have fencing, then animals will come. And I'll talk about the animal because Mahaprabhu talks about this very special animal. So we have to protect the garden with a fence. And what is that fence for our devotional seed? Sadhu Sangha. Association of devotees is the fence. And what kind of devotee? Prabhupada writes in the purport, Uttama Bhakta. We have to be in the association of Uttama Bhakta. You know there are 3 levels of Bhakta, right? Kanishta Bhakta, Madhyama Bhakta, Uttama Bhakta. There are 3 levels. Guru also can be at 3 levels. Kanishta Guru, Madhyama Guru, Uttama Guru. So in that way, we have to understand that all the devotees are not at the same level. The same way, all the gurus are also not at the same level. There are different levels of spirituality. So when we talk about the fencing, Prabhupada is very, very clear that we should have high class devotee association, not junior association. Because in Kali Yuga, people are happy to be surrounded by his followers, thinking that I am very protected. That is a very good fence. That is not a fence. That is very, very dangerous. If you are thinking that your followers will give you protection, that is a very dangerous understanding. So which category of devotees will give protection? Those who are senior to us, those who are higher in devotional service. So those kind of devotees can give us protection in our devotional journey. That fencing. So fencing has to be very, very strong. Otherwise what will happen? That animal will come in. So Mahaprabhu is talking about a very special animal, mad elephant. When devotional creeper grows, so one special type of animal will enter into that garden, can enter. And that mad elephant, what is that in our devotional life? Vaishnava Aparad, offending a Vaishnava, is compared to mad elephant. If the mad elephant enters into the garden, what will happen? You know very well. Nothing will remain. Everything will be destroyed. And Mahaprabhu is telling the devotional creeper will be uprooted and it will become dried up. So our devotional service will be dried up. Some devotees say that I am not feeling any happiness, joy in devotional service. That means what's happening? Vaishnava Aparad. My Guru Maharaj was telling that after 20 years, 30 years of devotional service, devotees are not feeling happy in Krishna consciousness. Then we have to understand what's happening? Vaishnava Aparad. If we are not committing Vaishnava Aparad, we'll feel joy in Krishna consciousness, happy in Krishna consciousness, because that is the process. Ananda Ambudi Vardhanam Patipadam Purnamrita Asradanam. Mahaprabhu in the first verse of Sikhastakam talks about Ananda. Not Ananda, Ananda Ambudi, great ocean, unlimited bliss. What is the meaning of unlimited? Which cannot be measured. And what is another symptom of unlimited? Which is expanding all the time. This world, everything is diminishing. And the spiritual world, everything is expanding. The beauty of Krishna is also expanding, increasing. That's why Radharani is not having any complaint. Same boy. People get fed up, no? For after some years of living together, same. But Radharani is with Krishna for how long? Since time immemorial. But she is not feeling bored. Why? Anandam Buddhivardhanam Pratipadam Purnamritasham. The beauty of Krishna is also unlimited. And it is also expanding constantly. Whenever Radharani glances over Krishna, beauty of Krishna increases. That's why no experience of monotony. Same person, same person. Then opposite is also true. Radharani is the head cook of the spiritual world. Very prestigious service, right? People think, oh, cooking, not so important service. In the spiritual world, most important service is cooking. In the material world, most pleasing service is preaching. That's there. Because Krishna declared in Bhagavad Gita, the most dear devotees are those who are preaching Krishna consciousness. But in the spiritual world, there is no preaching. There is no need of preaching. That's why, if you want to have the taste of preaching, that is available only in this material world. That rasa is only available in material world. That's why Krishna comes down as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to preach Krishna consciousness, to experience that bliss. So don't miss that nectar, because after you go back, you will not get that opportunity. So coming back to the point that Radharani is the head cook, but Krishna is not complaining. Same item again and again, same item, right? That is the challenge of the cooks, especially in brahmachari kitchen and also in the family. Struggle for the cook who is cooking to keep the variety, because unless there is variety, those who are honoring prasadam, they will not feel happy. So Radharani has been cooking for how long? Since time immemorial. But Krishna never complains. He is very, very happy. Rather, he eagerly waits for the preparations to come. Why? Although Radharani has been cooking since time immemorial, not a single item till now has been repeated. How to understand that? We cannot understand. This is inconceivable. That is the only way to understand. This is beyond our scope. So, that offending a Vaishnava, coming to that point, is very, very dangerous. Then our devotional flavor or devotional progress will completely stop, and we will feel dry in Krishna consciousness, and after some time we will give up the process of devotional service. Root reason is offending a Vaishnava. And Jiva Goswami categorically says, what happens if you commit this kind of this number of offenses? He has a table of number of offenses. I cannot remember now, that's why I am not giving the numbers. But ultimately what happens? That devotee, if he continues to offend, then he has to give up the process of devotional service. That's why we have to be very, very careful to guard the garden with sadhu sangha and serving the Vaishnavas. And what is the alternative of Vaishnava Parad? Serving the Vaishnavas. If we serve the Vaishnavas, then we can be free from Vaishnava Aparad. Then Mahaprabhu talks about another problem in the garden. So when the kripa grows, along with that weeds also grow, and weeds grow more than the creeper. And if you are not expert gardener, you will misidentify the weeds as creeper. That happens. But those who are expert, what they will do? They will uproot the weeds and throw far, far away from the garden. And Mahaprabhu talks about 6 varieties of weeds. 6. Nishiddhachar, Kutinati, Jivahingshan, Lap Puja Pratishtha Dijato, Uposakha Gan. 6 varieties. First is Nishiddhachar. What is the meaning of Nishiddhachar? Nishiddhachar means sinful activities. So sinful activities are the first variety of weed. That's why Prabhupada made a system. If you want to chant the holy name, then along with that, follow 4 regulative principles. Following 4 regulative principles is very, very important. We cannot continue our sinful activities along with our chanting. Then what will happen? Weeds will grow. Weeds will grow. So therefore, stopping sinful activities is very, very important, because Nishiddhachar means sinful activities. Then after Nishiddhachar, Kutinati. Very interesting word. Kutinati in simple English language is politics. Politics. And Kali Yuga is famous for politics. Dirty politics. What is the meaning of politics? Something inside and something outside. It's very difficult to understand. He says something, thinks something, does something. Very difficult to understand. Who is he? That is Kali Yuga symptom. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, simplicity is Vaishnavism. In order to become a devotee, we have to be simple. What is the meaning of simple? Simple means what is inside, that is outside. We should not think simple means we have different other understanding. But the real meaning of simplicity is how we behave. If we behave in a straightforward manner, that is the symptom of simplicity. Whatever is inside, that should be outside. Otherwise, we become victim of Kutinati, become part of politics. And Prabhupada said in devotee community, we should not do politics. Very dangerous. And why we do politics? Because we are envious. Prabhupada declares very boldly. I was hearing recently, somebody sent me a video where Prabhupada is telling this world is the world of envy. I am envious of you, you are envious of me. That is material world. So you should not be disturbed if someone is envious. That is the feature of this world. If someone is not envious, that is surprising. But Prabhupada, what he says, this Krishna consciousness movement is for those people, those who are free from envy, first class people. So in order to be a member of Krishna conscious society established by Srila Prabhupada, we have to be free from envy. Otherwise, we are not member of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Prabhupada declares very boldly. So if we want to be appreciated, accepted, recognized by Srila Prabhupada as his followers of this ISKCON movement, then we have to be free from envy. So therefore, we have to be very simple-hearted. Simple means whatever is inside, that should be outside. We should be free from Kutinati. What is the third one? Jiv Hingshan. Nishiddhachar, Kutinati, Jiv Hingshan. Jiv Hingshan means envy. Envy. And what is the symptom of envy? That we harm other living entities in different forms. And Prabhupada writes in the purport, if someone is not preaching Krishna consciousness, he is also envious. If someone is not preaching Krishna consciousness, that is the symptom of envy. How? We are envious of 3 categories of people. We are envious of Krishna, we are envious of all living entities, and we are envious of devotees. 3 categories of envy. So how we can be free from this envy? Our acharyas have given 3 processes. Name Ruchi, Jive Daya, Vaishnav Seva. By developing taste in the holy name, we can be free from envy towards Krishna. Jive Daya means preaching Krishna consciousness. By spreading Krishna consciousness, by preaching Krishna consciousness, we can be free from the envy towards all living entities. And Vaishnav Seva, by serving the devotees, by serving the Vaishnavas, we can be free from the envy towards devotees. So envy has to be given up, because that is the 3rd variety of weeds. Then 4th, love. Love means profit. How much money I will get? That is called love. Profit. Material profit. If we expect something material in exchange of devotional service, that is the 4th variety of weeds. We should not expect anything material. That's why Mahaprabhu is telling na dhanam. Right? We cannot expect material wealth. And Mahaprabhu is telling, if someone is worshipping me and asking for material wealth, he is a number 1 fool. He is telling, Ama bhaje, in Bengali Mahaprabhu is teaching us, Ama bhaje, Mahaprabhu is telling, Ama bhaje bishoy mange, সে তো বড় মূর্খ, আমি তো বিজ্ঞ, তারে বিষয় কেন দিব, স্বচরণামৃত দিয়া বিষয় ভুলাইব. So Mahaprabhu is telling that he is worshipping me, but he is asking for material benefits. He is a number 1 fool. But I am not a fool, so I will not give him material profit. I will give him my causeless mercy so that he will forget about material aspirations. So asking something material, seeking something material, desiring something material profit in exchange of devotional service is the 4th type of weed. Then puja, dangerous. Puja means worship, and we love worship. Jiva Goswami says, giving up worship, desire for getting worship, not giving worship, is very, very difficult. It is difficult to give up money in Kali Yuga, difficult. Giving up sex life, more difficult. But giving up the desire for getting worship, very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. So there was a man in a village, he gave up everything and became a sadhu and started staying in a mountain cave outside of the village. And villagers became very impressed by that person. And every year they used to come on a particular day, like Vyasa Puja day, and they used to give lot of gifts. And that was happening every year. One year, the same day came, but nobody was coming. That sadhu started checking whether this is the day. And he checked, yes, this is the day. And Muhurta is also same. Then he came out from his Bhajan Kutir, the cave, to check whether they are coming or not from the village. He could not see. He thought better I should climb up on a tree to see. He climbed on the tree to see whether they are coming or not. They are coming or not. After some time, he thought better to climb on the top of the tree to see. He climbed on the top of the tree, and the branch broke, and he fell down. He also broke his bones. That will be the result of expecting worship. Very, very dangerous. Getting respect is not a problem. That is natural. But expecting respect is a problem. But problem is, when we get, we expect. If some devotees offer obeisances to us regularly, if one day somehow he stops, we will not be peaceful in Mangalarati, right? We will be thinking, why he did not worship? Why he did not offer obeisances? Why he did not offer obeisances? Because expectations. And expectations lead to frustrations. Asahi param dukkham, Pingala prostitutes talks about that in Srimad Bhagavatam. Expectations lead to frustrations. Expecting worship is the cause of our frustration. So we cannot experience the joy of Krishna consciousness if we expect. Then the last one is pratishtha, position. What position I will get? Oh, time is up, sorry. What position I will get? What position I will get? And in institution, also in spiritual institution, positions are available, right? So nibhakta, then training finished. Now I am a graduate from training program. Position. Then become a HOD, then become manager, then become vice president, then become president, then become GVC. Life is moving. And I am advancing in Krishna consciousness. We measure like that. But this is not the exact way of measuring our progress. We have ambition to climb on the ladder, but we have to genuinely focus on the real ladder. And that real ladder is given by our acharyas. That ladder is Ado Shraddha, Tata Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nibriti, Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, Prema. That is our real ladder. When we come to the top of that ladder, Prema Bhakti, then we are eligible to enter into the spiritual world. But having position is okay, it's an opportunity to serve, but it is very dangerous also. Because if you don't use it properly, it's like a razor's edge. It will cut, just like Brahma. Brahma, after he became bewildered and begged forgiveness from Krishna, he started thinking that I have been doing this many times. Why? Because I am Brahma. So better I should do something, because in Kali Yuga, again Lord will come, again I will offend the Lord. So he went to Navadvip and started doing austerity, worshipping Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So Gauranga Mahaprabhu appeared in front of Brahma. He said, what do you want? He said, I don't want to commit offense. I committed offense at your lotus feet. I know you will be coming in Kali Yuga, but I don't want to take a high position. Please give me a position so that I can serve you and not offend you. Then Mahaprabhu said, so it be. You will take birth in a very low family and you will be chanting the holy name of the Lord 300,000 times a day, and that's why you will be known as Namacharya. So Brahma gave up the topmost material position, and in reciprocation Mahaprabhu gave the topmost position of the Sankirtan movement, that is Namacharya. So when we give up the desire of material position in this world, then Krishna will award the topmost position in the spiritual world. And what is that? Love of Godhead. So in order to attain that love, what we have to do? We have to clear these weeds in our heart, these 6 varieties of weeds. Then what will happen? That creeper will grow and pierce the coverings of the material world, go through the Brahma Jyoti, go through Vaikuntha and go to Goloka Vrindavan and take shelter of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. And from that creeper, what will happen? A flower, then flower will manifest into fruit, and that fruit will be manifested, and that fruit is fruit of love of Godhead, prema fall. And what the gardener will do? Enjoy that fruit and keeps on giving the water at the creeper. So he has 2 Sarupa. As a sadhaka, he will keep on hearing and chanting, and as a siddha, he will experience love of Godhead. And that is the perfection of our spiritual journey. So Mahaprabhu graphically presented this to Rupa Goswami, which is recorded in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And same experience Narad Muni also got through his life by serving the Bhakti Vedantas, which is recorded in this section of Srimad Bhagavatam. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. You have any question, comment? Time is already up. Somebody can coordinate the mic. Now you can stop the recording maybe.